And we're starting on our back with our hips on the towel. Okay. And we'll walk your heels up close to your hips. Pull your belly in. Pull the front of the hips towards each other, the hip points towards each other. Pull the bottom of the ribs down and knit them in together, okay? We're tightening, pulling everything in towards the belly button and pulling the belly button down. And we're gonna let the shoulders relax. Bring your chin down so the back of the neck is long, opening up the whole back. Okay, lift the tailbone just enough so you can really scoop that belly. Take a couple breaths. As you inhale, the diaphragm moves down into the belly and even the pelvic floor. Maybe you can feel the pelvic floor open up a little bit, and then exhale, lift the pelvic floor and the diaphragm lifts, okay? And so we'll just think about how that works. Inhaling, open, exhaling, pull in and up. Try to keep the belly engaged. Keep the core muscles strong. Let the pelvic floor release and engage. Okay, on the inhale, release the pelvic floor, and on the exhale, engage. There's a little bit of a pelvic tilt here. Then you're going to stabilize the hips. No more pelvic tilt. Just nice deep breaths. Breathe into the side ribs. Feel the side ribs open up. On the inhale and on the exhale, pull everything in together, nice and firm. Inhale, open up. Exhale, tighten up. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to take our hands. You can cross your thumbs and reach your arms over your head. Don't let your back arch. Press your back towards the floor. Bring your chin down. Pull the belly in. Take a deep breath into the side ribs. Exhale. Draw that belly in. Reach the arms away from you. Reach the tailbone in the opposite direction. Inhale. Exhale. And we're going to inhale the right leg up. Exhale, lower it almost to the floor. Inhale, reach the toes and the fingers away from each other. Exhale, lift the leg back up. And now we're just going to inhale the leg almost to the floor. Pull the back down. Exhale, pull the leg up. Inhale, open. Exhale up. Now we're going to add the arms. You're going to inhale, open. Exhale, lift your head, your shoulders, reach for that toe. Inhale, open. Exhale, reach for the toe. Inhale, open. Exhale, reach for the toe. Now stretch your right arm out. Inhale, open. Exhale, cross the left arm to the outside of the right knee. Inhale, open. And left arm outside the knee. Just waking up some of those core muscles. Say good morning to your obliques. And we'll do one more. Good. Reach the arms over your head. Reach the leg away from you. Inhale. Exhale. See if you can just lift up enough to get your shoulders off the floor and press the shoulder tips into the floor. Pull the belly back. Keep breathing. Keep that leg up in the air. Lower it down. So it's about 2 feet off the floor if you can. And inhale. Exhale. Bend the right knee. Let the arms rest on the floor. And then we're going to inhale. Stretch the arms out. And exhale the other leg up. And inhale, lower it almost to the floor. Stretch your fingers away from your toes. Stretch your toes away from your fingers. Exhale, slowly lift the leg up to the ceiling. Inhale, bring it down. Exhale, up to the ceiling. Go one more like this. And up, pull the belly back as you lift the leg. And then inhale, fingers and toes stretch away from each other. Exhale, lift up and reach for your toes with your fingers. Inhale, open. Exhale, reach, reach, reach. Inhale, open. Exhale, pull the belly in and lift. Put your left arm down. We're going to take the right arm to the outside of the left leg. Here we go. 1. Pull that leg in towards that elbow. 2. And up. And 3. And up. Now reach your arms over your head. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Lift your head and shoulders off the floor. Have the leg down, maybe a couple feet off the floor. Pull the belly back, pressure back into the floor. Keep breathing. And release. Stretch your arms up over your head. Inhale, exhale. Pull your knees into your chest. Inhale, reach both legs up to the ceiling. Reach your arms away from you. Exhale, pull the knees into your chest. Inhale, reach up to the ceiling. Pull the belly back. Good. Exhale, pull your knees into your chest. And one more time. Inhale, stretch straight up. Exhale, pull them in. Now reach those fingers away from you. And we're going to inhale, bring your legs out on a diagonal. This is a little harder. Stretch them out over the floor. Squeeze your heels together. Exhale, pull the knees back in. Inhale, the legs are coming halfway down. Stretch out. Good job. Pull the belly back. Exhale, press back in. Good. One more time. Inhale, reach out, press your back down towards the floor, squeeze your thighs together, and exhale, pull in. Stretch your arms out to your sides, out like you're making a T with your arms, straight out from the shoulders, and we'll make little circles with the knees. Just circle around. You can open the legs up as you stretch your legs away from you. Try to use your breath. I like to make one complete cycle of the breath with one complete circle of the legs. I like to inhale away, exhale, pull them in. And we'll do 2 more this way. Try to squeeze the knees together. Keep your heels together. And then we're going to go around the other way. Here we go. Okay, and then one more after this one. Good. Keep bringing your legs into tabletop. We're just going to do some twists. You're going to inhale to the right. Exhale to center. Inhale to the left. Exhale to center. Go back and forth. Pull in with the belly. Pull the sternum down as you come back to center. Don't fall to the right. The legs are only coming halfway down. Turn your head in the opposite direction. Loosen up the neck. Okay, good. And when you're finished, put your feet on the floor, lift your hips, and take the towel out from under your hips. Walk your heels towards your hips, and then get into the Pilates scoop. Pull your hips towards your ribs, pull your ribs down towards your hips, scoop out the belly. You're gonna lift the tailbone, press into your feet, and inhale. lift up into bridge. Lift your hips up, roll your spine up, press your feet into the floor, press your shoulders into the floor, and then exhale, roll all the way down, one vertebra at a time, nice and slowly and in control. And the same thing again. Inhale, roll up, lift the hips up as high as you can. As you exhale, try to engage the pelvic floor and roll down one vertebra at a time. Scoop that belly in and try to lift up the pelvic floor. And we're going to inhale, roll up. Exhale, roll it down. And we'll do one more. Up. And down. Rock a little from side to side just to release the back, pull the belly in, engage the front muscles. You have your rectus abdominis, and think of that. Think of using the rectus abdominis to pull the sternum down and the pubic bone up. You have your transverse abs, which are really good for supporting all your internal organs. We want to keep them nice and strong. And you think about working them by trying to pull the front of your hips towards each other. The transverse abs are like horizontal fibers going across your belly. Pull them in, pull, try to pull the front of the hips together, and that broadens the lower back. Then the obliques are what are helping you twist right now, and with your side bends. Okay, and we're gonna still, you can have the towel under your head if you need it, okay? And that just helps me bring my chin down and keep the back of the neck long, okay? Anytime I want to put my head on the floor, I want the chin down and the neck long, the shoulders relaxed. We'll bring the right leg into tabletop and the left leg into tabletop. Press your hands into the floor, pull your heels together, pull your knees together. So when we do the hundreds, this is one position for our legs. Another one would be straight up, okay? And then after straight up, you could come into a diagonal. That would be the hardest, coming into a diagonal and keeping the belly pulled back and the back on the floor. So choose your position. Reach your arms over your head. Stretch out. Pull the belly back. So I'm working so hard, I'm shaking a little bit. You should be too. Inhale, exhale. Lift your head and shoulders up, and then press the bottom points of your shoulders into the floor. Squeeze the heels and the knees together, the thighs together. Start to pump your arms. Inhale for 5, exhale for 5. Here we go. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Focus on the abs. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull the ribs down towards the hips. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Try to roll the hips in front together. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax your eyebrows. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull the belly button back. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Press your back into the floor. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let your head rest. Stretch your legs up in the air. If you have the blanket under your head, I think you might want to take it out. Okay? Press your head down into the floor. Press your shoulders into the floor. We're going to lift our toes over the head and then bring them back to center. Exhale them over your head. Inhale to center. So I'm not lowering them down away from me. I'm just bringing them over my head, back to center. Keep the legs together. Now, if you want to, as you bring the legs over your head, see if your hips will lift up off the floor and then bring them down. Okay, maybe you can bring your hips an inch off the floor. Some people can really lift up Some people can bring their hips all the way up over their shoulders. Start wherever you are. Stay in control. Don't hurt yourself. Just lift and lower. Try not to fall. So I don't want to fall back down. Oh, I'm starting to feel this. Let's do 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Let's put the left leg on the floor. Put your left hand on the left thigh and open the leg out to the side. Now you can put the towel back under your head if you want a little height under your head. Reach out through the right leg and put your right hand on the right hip. You want to keep the right hip still, the left hip still, and just make a big circle with the right leg. We're going to go 8 times one way. Nice big circle. 2, 3. This is so nice for lubricating the joint. 4, opening up the connective tissues. 5, stretch it out. 6, make the circle as big as you can. Each circle can be a little bigger. 7, and 8. And then we're going to go the other way. Here we go. Just circle it around the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Try to keep the hips still. 5. Reach out through those toes. 6. You can spread the toes apart. Pull the belly back. Pull the ribs in. 1 more big circle. Good. And we'll just grab that right leg and give it a nice stretch. Stretch out the back of the leg. Okay. You can hold on to the calf, the thigh, wherever you reach. And then we'll bend the right knee, put that foot on the floor, and open up the right thigh. So I can't hear you guys, but when you put your feet down on the floor, don't drop them so they make a lot of noise. Be nice and quiet about it. And we'll stretch the left leg up and just have your fingertip on the left hip, reminding yourself you want to keep it stable. The right hand can be on the right inner thigh. Keep that stable. Yeah, that's pretty good. And we'll start our circles. 1, and so my circle starts out small, but as the leg gets used to the movement, it starts to get a little bigger. See how yours goes. And again, yeah, bend the knee if you need to. If you can, straighten it out. Think about opening it up from the inner thigh out to the big toe. A line of energy. See if you can imagine that. We'll do 3 more this way. Good job. Then we'll go the other way. Pull that belly back. Try not to roll around too much. Okay. Now you're going to bring the soles of your feet together. Reach your hands through your legs and grab onto your shins or your ankles. Relax the shoulders, relax your face. We're going to inhale, use your core muscles to lift your head, lift your shoulders, pull your nose towards your heels. Inhale, release. Exhale, pull in. Feel what a nice stretch this is for the whole back. Keep the shoulders down. Don't hike your shoulders up by your ears, okay? Think about that. Lift your head without elevating the shoulders up to the ears. They will lift up a little off the floor, but don't elevate them. And we'll do 2 more after this one. Okay, then you're gonna cross the right knee over the left knee. And some people will stay like this. Some people can then cross again and cross the right foot under the left ankle, come into a really tight cross. And we'll bring our hands behind the head and open the knees out and exhale. Pull the right knee towards your nose. Inhale, open. Exhale, squeeze. These are our eagle crunches. Open and squeeze. That's 3, 4, pull the belly in. Squeeze those inner thighs. 5, 6, 7, and 8. And we'll switch the legs around so the left leg is on top. And off we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put your feet on the floor. Remove the towel from under your head. Roll the shoulders under your back. Cross the right ankle over the left knee. Bring the left heel up nice and close to your left hip. We're going to come into a one-legged bridge. Here we go. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, roll down. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, roll down. Inhale, roll up. And press into that left foot. Lift your hips a little higher. And then reach the right leg up to the sky. And pulse it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Roll down. Bring the right foot, the right heel close to the right hip. Take the left ankle on top of the right knee. And we'll do 3 one-legged bridges. Here we go. Inhale, come up, press those hips towards the ceiling. Exhale, roll down. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, roll down. Inhale, roll up. Stretch that left leg up and pulse it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's stretch the legs out. Reach your arms over your head. Take a full body stretch. Deep breaths. And then we're going to bend our knees. Bring the right leg into tabletop. Bring the left leg into tabletop. And we'll settle up, set up for our ab series. You might want to put the towel, have the towel under your head again if you want to rest on the towel. Some people use a block too. And we're going to reach our arms over our head and inhale. As you exhale, stretch the left leg away from you. Reach, pull the right knee in and reach for the ankles on the right foot. And then we're going to inhale, switch, exhale to pull the left leg in. Inhale, switch, pull in and pull. This is the single leg stretch. Stretch that leg out and pull the belly in. You want to feel a relationship between the weight of the leg that's stretching out and the work that your belly is doing, pulling in to stabilize that leg. Okay? Ha! Exhale to stretch the leg out. Try to keep your head up off the towel, but if you need to rest your head or your neck, rest it, or you could try turning your head from side to side. Slow down. I don't want anybody bicycling like they're in the Tour de France. This is a nice slow movement using muscular strength, okay? And here we go for 8, 7, 6, 5, pull it in, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now stretch the legs up. Walk your hands up the right leg. Bring the left leg about halfway down. This is our straight leg stretch, okay? You're gonna exhale, lift your nose up, pull, lift your head up, pull the knee towards your nose. Inhale, switch, exhale. And you can turn your head, pull the knee towards your ear. That helps to release tension from the neck and shoulders. But if you are feeling a lot of tension in your neck and shoulders, let your head rest down, okay? Let the shoulders sink down. Don't lift the shoulders by your ears again. Keep them down. And we're gonna add a pulse. You're gonna pull it in twice. It's pull, pull, switch. Pull, pull. Feel the nice stretch in the back of the leg. Pull, pull, pull the belly back. Pull, pull. Tighten up the front, open up the back. Okay? And pull, pull. Pull, 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 pull. We'll go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Bend your knees. We'll just take a little break in tabletop. Okay. And again, your head can rest on the blanket. It's important to have the back of your neck long and the chin is sort of lowered. Shoulders are relaxed. Stretch your arms past the knees like we started for the hundreds. If you want, you can lift your head up and press your shoulder blades into the floor. Squeeze your knees together and pull the heels together. And then we're going to inhale. Arms over your head, legs stretch out. Exhale. Sweep your arms down the side like you're making snow angels. And the knees come in. Inhale. Open up. I'm going to let my head rest now. It's had enough. Notice how your body feels, right? Don't overdo it. If you overdo it, you're not going to want to do it again. So two, just enough. Squeeze the knees together. Squeeze into the core. Let's do 3 more. 3, 2, and a 1. Good job. Put your hands on your knees, rock them side to side. The next exercise is the double leg lift, straight leg lift, okay? If you can keep your hips on the floor, good. But if you need extra support for your lower back, you can slide your hands under your hips, okay? So when we do this, you should not feel it in your back. If you feel any strain or work in the back, make your range of motion littler, so it can be just like this. Press your back into the floor and keep it stable. You don't want the hips to tip. All the work is to be done here, okay? So inhale and squeeze the belly to lift the legs. Inhale, open and pull in. You want to feel all the work in the belly. You feel anything in your back, just decrease the range of motion. Don't go down as far. You don't have to go down very far to feel this. Pull your heels together and your knees together. Try to reach out through your toes. You can have your arms and your head up too if you want to work a little harder. Yep, that works a little harder. Okay, and we'll go, let's do 4 more. Pull the shoulders down. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Let the feet come down. One more exercise in this series of 5. We'll take the towel from behind your head and put your fingers behind your head. Your head can rest on your fingertips or one palm on top of the other. Okay? Reach your elbows out and draw the shoulders down your back. Pull the ribs down, pull the front of the hips towards each other. Bring the right knee into tabletop, bring the left leg into tabletop. And let's see, we'll stretch the right leg out, exhale, right shoulder towards left knee, squeeze, inhale, switch, exhale to the other side, and twist, Focus on the waist, turning, and the muscles around the waist, pulling in. Stretch out through that leg that's opening up. Reach out through the big toe. Feel the weight of that leg in the belly. Ha! And exhale into the twist. Squeeze, and squeeze, and squeeze. Choo, choo, choo. Keep going. Okay, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Open your feet as wide as the mat. Bring your arms out to the side, and we're just going to take a few wide-legged bridges. You're going to inhale, roll up onto your shoulders, press your feet into the floor, stretch the knees away from you, lift that tailbone up towards the ceiling, and exhale, roll down. Oh, it's nice and cooling. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Good. Now I'm going to roll over onto one side. I'm going to hold on to, I'm going to stretch my bottom arm out, and I'm going to take my towel, let it rest on the arm so my head can rest on the towel. I like how this sets up my neck. So my neck is nice and straight coming off the spine. Now I'm going to straighten out my bottom legs, okay? And when I'm all in one line like this, it's very hard to balance. So I'm going to hinge at the hips and pull the feet forward just a little bit to a very wide angle, like a boomerang, very open boomerang. And we'll take the top foot, and I want to use the outside hip muscles. So I want to keep the toes pointed forward. I'm going to hug the belly in, lengthen the tailbone, come into the Pilates scoop, and then we'll lift that leg up. I want to press the pinky toe, the outside of the ankle, up towards the ceiling, and come down. So let me see. Actually, I want to exhale up. So I'm going to pull my belly in, lift the leg, and bring it down. Okay, that's 1. And 2. 3. And 4. Nice and slow. The slower the better. The slower you go, the more you're fighting gravity. 5. Right, if you go fast, especially lowering down, lower down, slow. And here's 7. And 8. Okay, so now I'm going to rotate the leg so the knee is facing more towards the ceiling, and the top of the foot is facing the ceiling. I have my hand on my hip. I want to keep my hip stable and lift up and flex the foot and come down. I don't want the hip to fall behind me. I want to keep that top hip on top of the bottom hip. I don't want to let it fall over. That's 2. So I'm straight leg, lift up, point the toe to the ceiling, flex the foot, and bring the heel down to the other heel. Stretch it out. This is 4. Pull the belly in. And 5. And 6. And 7. And 8. And now I'm going to turn the leg forward again. So the side of the leg is facing the ceiling. I'm going to bend the knee. I'm going to do a big bicycle. Try not to let the hips rock, okay? This is the tricky part. Nice big slow circle without letting that top hip move. Don't let it go forward. Don't let it go back with the leg, okay? The leg goes forward, the hip stays. The leg goes back, the hip stays, okay? So here we go. We're going around. Nice bicycle. We'll do 4 more this way. 4. Real slow. 3. Good job. 2. And 1. Then we're going to go the other way. Again, try not to let that hip rock and roll. Here we go. We're pedaling backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I better slow down. 6. Oh, see how the slower you go, the more you feel it. 7. 1 more, nice and slow and big. 8. Ah, good. Bend both your legs and bring your knees in front of you for clamp. Lift your heels up, and we're going to inhale. Pull the knee up. Exhale, bring it down. Again, hand on the hip. Use your core muscles to keep that hip from moving forward and back. Inhale, open. Exhale, together. We'll do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. And we'll sit up. Bend your knees and rock them from side to side. Straighten we'll do the leg stretches later. Let's just go over to the other side. Off you go. Other leg on top. Straighten everything out. So your heels, hip, head align, right? And then pull the feet forward just enough to help your balance. We're going to use the outside muscles on the thigh, right? Our saddlebags. Pull, scoop the belly in, stabilize the hips. Put your hand on your hip. You've done this long enough. You should be able to stabilize with the core. Hug in, and we're just going to lift the side of the leg up. Think about the ankle reaching towards the ceiling, and down, and up, and down. You want to feel it on the outside of the thigh. Stretch the leg out, 4, and down. 5, and down. 6, 7, okay. And then we're going to rotate the leg. So the thigh rolls towards the ceiling, the knee turns towards the ceiling. And this one you want to be able to lift it up higher now. But try to keep the hips still. Feel where your hip is. Use your core to stabilize it. And bring the leg up, point the toe towards the ceiling, flex, and bring the heel to the other heel. And up and down. Notice how much your hip is moving and try to reduce that. Keep the hip still. We'll do 3 more. 3, nice and big, nice and slow. Don't drop it. 2, slow down. Last one. And down. And then we're going to bicycle. Bend the knee and big bicycle. Try not to let the hips rock. So I have my hand on my hip. I can feel when it's moving. And you feel your hip move. Let's try to lock it in. Pull the belly in, pull the ribs down. Don't let the spine get all archy. And keep the spine long, tailbone reaching down. Do 3 more this way. 1, 2, and 3. And then we'll go the other way. Pedal backwards, nice and slow. Try not to fall, try not to tip. Use the core muscles to stabilize. Again. Okay, we'll do 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Ah, good job. Now we're going to roll onto the belly and press up onto your hands and knees. Stretch one leg back. We'll just pick a leg, stretch it back, and reach out through the heels so you feel the calf open up. And then reach that leg out to the side, okay? So it's reaching out to the side, and we'll take the same arm and open up into a nice little twist. Bring the hand down and slide the leg up to the outside of the hand. Pull the knee towards your shoulder and slide into opening up the hip of the front of the back leg. Ah. You can rock a little from side to side. Just loosen up that whole hip. Okay, and back into table. Take the other leg straight back. Press out through the heel. Feel the back of the calf open up. Bring the leg out to the side. Press the big toe edge of the foot into the floor. And then we'll sweep that arm up and turn towards that leg. Open up into a nice little twist. Bring the hand down, slide the foot up next to the hand. See if you can bring the elbow and the knee towards each other and slide the other leg back. Get a stretch in the front of the hip. Good. Inhale, come up. If you want to, take that towel and put it under your knees. Do that because we're coming up on our knees. If this is no good for you to be on your knees, you can do this standing up also. Take your hands behind your back. Come into the Pilates scoop, feeling the back. So you want to lengthen the tailbone down and press it forward. Pull the belly in and lift it up. Pull your elbows back and lift up your head. Look at the ceiling. And inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Come up. Now we're going to do the same thing with the back, only we're going to open our arms up. We're going to inhale, lean back, exhale, pull up. So I'm using my core to come back up. Inhale, open up, press those hips forward, exhale, pull in. Inhale, exhale, good. One more, open up. And come down. And we're just going to circle the wrists a little bit, fling out the fingers. We're going to do some of our push-ups, okay? So shake it out. Bring your hands to the floor. You can keep your knees on the towel, okay? And we're going to glide forward. When your elbows come over your wrists, then the elbows, just bring your shoulders down as far as the elbows, and then inhale, press back up. You want to think about the elbow creases. Rotate your arms so the elbow creases are facing forward, and the elbow points face towards your hips, and come up. And we'll do that a few times. Stabilize the shoulders on your back. Pull your ribs in, pull your ribs in, pull your belly up, open up the back, look at the floor in front of you. Don't look down at your knees, look in front of you. Make your neck nice and long. Pull the shoulders into your back. Pull the shoulders away from your ears. Stretch your ears away from the shoulders. We'll do 3 more. 3. And 2. And 1. And then down onto the elbows. Interlace your fingers. Stretch the right leg back. Stretch the left leg back. Come into plank. Stabilize the shoulders, but rock your hips from side to side. Lift the belly, just like you have your hips on a beach ball and you're rolling over the beach ball one way and then the other. This is good for the obliques. And off we go. 1. Make sure you breathe. 2. Lift the belly. 3. 4. Lift the inner thighs. 5. 6. Modify if you need to put your knees down. 7. Almost there. 8. Now we're going to exhale. Lift your hips up. Inhale. Back into plank. Exhale. Lift. Inhale. Here we go. 3. 4. Press into the forearms. 5. Not just the elbows. Press into that long bone. 6. 7. 1 more. You can do it. 8. Bring the knees down and lie down. Lie down on your belly. Bring your hands behind your back. Press your feet into the floor. Interlace your fingers. Bend the elbows. Point your elbows towards the ceiling. And then inhale. Stretch your arms back. Lift your heart up. Exhale. Come down. Inhale. Lift up. Exhale. Come down. And one more. Inhale. Lift up. Exhale, come down. Good. Bring your hands into cactus arms. Now I want you just to think about the muscles that run along the spine. We're going to lift the belly, engage the front of the core, but we also want to work the back a little bit. So the erector spinae right along the spine, we're going to tighten them up. And as you tighten them up, your back will curl up and your head and shoulders will come up. And inhale down. Exhale. Squeeze those back muscles. Inhale down. Nice and gentle. Nice squeeze up. And down. We'll do some more. 4. 5. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Think about those central muscles squeezing. Not the shoulder blades, not the rhomboids. We'll do 2 more. 1 and 2. Good. Put your hands down on the floor next to your ribs. Elbows are up. And you can lift up into cobra if you like the cobra stretch. Yeah. We did a lot of work with those tummy muscles. Let them stretch out. Lift them up. Don't let them sag. But give them a nice stretch. Good, good, good. And we're coming up. We'll come up and sit. Good. And you can come into a comfortable seat. Sometimes the seat is more comfortable if I put the towel under my hips. It just gives me a little lift and it helps me sit up a little straighter. And so what we want to do now is just release any tension in the spine. And we'll start by rocking from side to side. So I'm bringing my ribs one way and then the other. Sort of like a belly dancer, right? Just a nice lateral flexion. The ribs can go, my head follows, okay? Let the neck open up. I can drop one ear towards the shoulder. Very gently, back, side to side. Find your breath. Let your breath come steady and slow and a little more relaxed through your nose. And let's bring the left hand down to the floor. Let the left shoulder release. Let the head drop down. And then we're going to bring the right arm up and over your big stretch. Let the right hip sink down. Deep, slow breaths. Open up and let it go. Bring the right hand to the left knee. Bring the left hand behind you. Sit up tall and exhale into the twist. Lift up the spine and twist deeper. And we'll just take a couple breaths here. Let that right hip relax. Okay, let it relax and sink into the mat. Good. And we're going to come up and just kind of lift up your ribs and bring them forward. And then bring your hands down and tip your hips forward and find the stretch. Maybe your elbows come to the floor. Reach your tailbone down, lift the belly, pull the pubic bone towards your belly button, and then you can gently let your head drop down. So your spine comes into a lovely forward curve. And we'll press our hands back up. Bring them behind your back. Lean into your fingertips and lift up your spine. Arch your back into a back bend. Pull the shoulder blades under you and let your shoulder blades lift you up higher. And then come down, and we're just gonna switch your feet around. So the other foot's on in front, and put your hands on your knees, and we'll rock from side to side again, okay? Bringing the ribs across, let the head go after, kind of like you're making a wave. And we'll bring the right hand to the floor, let the right shoulder drop, let your head drop to the right, let the left hip sink down, and then bring the left arm up. You got it. Open up. Feel the ribs spread apart. Nice deep breaths. And come up, and we'll turn. Bring your left hand to the right knee, right hand behind you. Lift up really tall, nice and straight, and then revolve the spine. And then we're going to inhale to center, to our forward fold. Let's lift, pull forward, and then reach out, stretch out, and you can let the head drop down. Press back up, hands behind your back, set up for your back bend, and lift. Good. Then we're going to reach the legs straight in front of you. Unfold. Rock them from side to side. So windshield wipering the feet, rolling them back and forth, loosening up the hips, loosening up the ankles. Make circles with the feet, circle the ankles around. Circle them around the other way. Reach out through your heels. One more big stretch. Just like we did when we were laying down. Press your sit bones into the floor. Reach your fingers to the ceiling. Reach your heels away from you. Take a couple of deep breaths. And then exhale. Bring your hands to your heart. Namaste. you for joining me today. Good job. Good job.